making yogurt today, and the very first thing you need to do is to boil your water. Make sure the water is properly boiled, then you measure out the quantity you need. I've listed out the quantities in the video, but I would also list everything out in the description box. So the next thing is to measure your powdered milk. Now the green cup here is a half cup, while the orange one is 1 cup. I didn't want to use the orange cup because it was already wet and I didn't want water in my powdered milk. So I measure out 2 cups of powdered milk. That's 4 of the green cups. So from the ingredients I've listed so far, you can see 6 cups of water and 2 cups of powdered milk. This is just a standard measurement for your drinking yogurt. If you want to make it thicker, you could add more powdered milk. I would also list this in the description box. Next thing you do, you add the milk into the hot water. Remember, our water is still hot at this point. You add the milk into the hot water and mix it properly to remove any and every lumps that could form. Then once you are done mixing it, the next thing to do is to sieve it in case there are lumps that you couldn't get to. You can see little lumps here, so you use a sieve to make sure that you've removed every lump in the milk. So I have this kitchen thermometer that I use for baking. If you can't get one for yourself, but if you cannot, it's still not a problem. So we need to work with a temperature of about 39 to 42 degrees Celsius. This is the ideal temperature for yogurt culture to thrive. But if you don't have a thermometer, don't worry. Alternatively, you could just use your finger and dip into the milk. If it stays there without getting burned for like 5 seconds, you're good to go. So once you've achieved the temperature you need, the next thing is to add your yogurt culture. There are many types of yogurt cultures in the market, but Yogomet seems to be the most popular brand. And here in Nigeria, you have access to the orange and the green Yogomet cultures. Now, the orange one is just your normal average culture for your plain yogurt, while the green one has some probiotics added. If you can, get the green one. If it is not available, the orange one would still do just fine. All you need to do is to mix the yogurt culture with a little bit of milk, and once you have thoroughly mixed it, you add it into the larger bowl of milk. Now, in some situations, once you've made your yogurt, you could still use the yogurt as a culture instead of buying a new culture, but because we are making from scratch, we are using the yogurt culture. Now once you are done, cover this and wrap it tightly. Place it in a warm place for 8 to 10 hours to allow fermentation to take place. I like doing mine overnight. Now once it is 8 to 10 hours, this is the next morning, you open up the yogurt, and this is what we have. This is a thick consistency, but not a very thick consistency, so you can see what it looks like. This is going to give us a lighter yogurt, something I personally call drinking yogurt. So you break up the lumps using a whisk and your yogurt is ready. You pour it into a container and refrigerate and take as you desire. Now, remember I said this is a drinking consistency. If you want to make it thicker, you could add more powdered milk at the initial stage where you are mixing your milk and water. Turn this into a container with a lid and store in your fridge. I said fridge, not freezer. This would help to stop the fermentation process and also to chill your yogurt, because yogurts are best enjoyed chilled. Now you can take the yogurt plain as is, or you could sweeten it by adding sugar or honey. Additionally, you could add fruits, granola, and anything you want to enjoy your yogurt. Some people also use their yogurt for cereals. The choice is yours. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section and I would answer. Thank you.